Hello everyone, we are going to see the topic on study of woven textiles of India. In this video, we are going to see about the Indian textiles, costumes of India, woven textiles of India, Dhaka muslin, Banarasi, Chanderi, brocades, Baluchari, Humrus and Amrus, Kashmir shawls, Pochambali, silk sarees of Kanjipuram. And in dyed and printed textiles of India, we are going to see about the Bandhani, Patola, Ikat and Kalamkari type of fabric. Here, the introduction to the Indian textiles. Of all the Indian handcrafts, textiles forms a class by themselves with the enormous store of myths, symbols, imaginary, and inspiration from other art forms. Indian textile crafts never faced a slump or stagnation, but it transcended from a craft identity to the status of an art. With the shades of classification, folk tradition and regional flavor, the rich and unrivaled fabrics of India have rightly been called exhibition of poet color. The word costume refers to the dress patterns of the people of a particular community. The costumes of the people around the world are wide and varied. There are different costumes in different countries and nations. India alone has innumerable varieties of costumes and it has been influenced by diverse culture influence since in time immortal. Woven textiles of India is explained as the hand-spun and hand-woven traditional fabric of India have been famous and much desired throughout the world. For centuries, they have enjoyed undisputed supremacy and their charm, which was often allied to intricate workmanship and skilled weaving techniques. The traders have exported the Indian fabric where they are in demand and popular and prized as expensive luxuries. Here the first type of woven textile is the Dhaka muslin. Dhaka, the capital of Bangladesh, the finest muslin in the world have ever produced here or by hand or machine. Muslin is a very thin cotton fabric where it can be passed through a lady's finger ring. The value of Dhaka muslin is estimated by the number of warp threads in a given length of the material as compared with its weight. The greater the length and the number of the threads with comparatively less weight, higher would be the price. Dhaka muslin patterns and designs. Gray, white or black with blue or black designs. Designs woven with bright colored cotton or silver or gold threads. Hand wovens are called as jamdani. In Dhaka muslin, the jamdani is the famous bird we are using. Anchal or palo and borders are richly decorative. Round design booties with camellia means jasmine flower. Palus are decorated with figures like birds, animals and humans. Here we have explained the Jamdani type of Dhaka muslins. Dhaka saris will always plain, hand-loom woven fabric made of cotton, and if it has any design, it was called as Jamdani. Jamdani, jam means flower and dani means base. Used with a mixture of cotton and gold threads rich in motifs. Used in saris, scarves and handkerchiefs. Patterns mostly of geometric, plant and floral designs. Here the next type of woven textile is Banarasi. It was produced in Varanasi of India. It was considered to be the finest and most popular textile of India. Silk and gold threads were the materials used, which was replaced by zari nowadays. All bright colors were used like red, yellow, orange, etc. All natural motifs like flowers, foliage, scenes of village, cloud, dancing monkey, etc. were used. In Banarasi, jacquard was the type of weave used for these saris. Most commonly used saris are cotton, satire, organza and georgette. The next type of woven textile is the Chanderi. The muslin woven in Chanderi, a place near Madhya Pradesh. Mostly cotton with borders and pallu woven in silk or gold threads. Sometimes mixed threads of silk and cotton are used for weaving. The fabric are known as Garba Reshmi. The pallu of the sari are artistically ornamented. The borders are woven with double threads which produce an effect of two colors. Length will be of 9 yards length. The next type of woven textile is the brocades. Banaras of Varanasi, a holy city of Uttar Pradesh, is the center for brocade and handmade textiles and saris since ancient times. The word brocade is derived from the Latin word brocus, denoting to transfix. The Banaras brocade is also known as kinhab, which literally means a cloth of gold. The most of the colors used here are red, yellow, neela. Neela means the indigo, and girva, the saffron. Brocades of pure silk and cotton blends, and zari brocades with gold and silver threads. Zari is of two types, are bandla and kalabatu. Bandla zari is made of flattened gold and silver wires, and kalabatu is a thin silver or gold wire that is wound around silk or cotton and now even rayon threads. The next type of woven textile is the Balucha. Balucha, small town in West Bengal. Artisans produce silk saris here. The speciality is Pallu is the most ornamented portions. Rest of the saris, small booties of floral designs. It is a strong influence of Mughal art. Popular motif is kalka, meaning unripe mango. The pallu designs lady smiling of flower. The border design will be the simplest and straight combination of the flowers. In warp threads, flaming red, deep purple or short with dark reds and blues will be passed. Silk of West or booty design, gold, white, red, cream, orange and yellow colors will be used. In British times, the sari was produced with European motifs. 5 yards in length and 42 inches in width. It takes 6 months to produce a sari. And the next woven textile is the Himrus and Amrus. Himrus are the famous silk brocade of Hyderabad. Nearly in Deccan, the state's second largest town, Aurangabad, is the chief center of the art of Himru weaving. Himru, probably a derivation of the Sanskrit him, snow, is a fabric used in winter. The ground is cotton and silk and is used for the brocade on the surface. The yarn used for weaving himrus is spun so as to produce, when woven, the effect of the warm soft material like wool. When silk thread is used exclusively for weaving himrus, the fabric is called amru. The amrus are generally made in Ahmedabad, Surat and Banaras. Himrus are used for men's akan, chogas and for female wear, also example for blouses and lehengas. The next woven textile is the Kashmiri shawls. Among the handcrafts products, the Kashmiri shawl have remained as one of the most cherished acquisitions in the world since centuries. The English word shawl is derived from the Persian word shal, meaning a woven woolen fabric which is draped across the shoulder to produce protection against the cold. Shawl is prepared from materials like woolen fleece, pashmina, satosh, and angora wool, etc. Pashmina is considered as the king of fibers, derived its name from Persian word pasham, meaning soft gold. It is famous for its soft, warmth, fineness, and desirable aesthetic value. It was followed by the rich colors are most commonly seen with yellow, white, black, blue, purple, and crimson. The motifs are inspired from beauty of nature. Some examples are mango, almond, chinaf, leaf, apple blossom, tulips, lily flower, plums, birds like parrot, woodpecker, etc. No wild animals are depicted, but hunting scenes are known to be depicted in shawls for trade and commercial purposes. And the next woven textile is the Pochampalli. Ikat is called as the Pochampalli in Andhra Pradesh. Though it is an art like ikat, it does not have any influence from ikat, as the color, design and the material used will be of different and unique for Pochampalli. Cotton, cotton and silk are the materials used. All natural motifs are used. Dyes used are mostly acid and direct dyes. Pochampalli are the community of the people involved in the art of weaving. Weaving is done in a fly shuttle loom. The production will be higher, so the cost of the Pochampalli will be very cheap, and the perfection will not be equal to the ikat of Orissa. The next woven textile of India is the silk saree of Kanchipuram. Silk sarees are very popular among the Indian women and it was considered as the elixir of Indian women. Kanchipuram, Dharmapuri and Arni are the places in which silk weaving was done in a large scale. Materials like silk, gold and silver threads are used in earlier days and today it was replaced by zaris. Motifs like stylized animals, birds, geometric shapes and flowers in many forms are also used. Jacquard are the most commonly used weave form for the silk sarees where saree made of handloom will be the highest quality. Printed silk sarees are very famous in Mysore. Here we are going to see about the dyed and printed textiles of India. The first dyed and printed textile is the Bandhani. Bandhani is the traditional craft of India done with tie and dye technique. The word Bandhani is derived from the Sanskrit word Bandhana, means tie. Tie and dye is very popular in Gujarat, Surat, Rajasthan and Kutch. In these places, Gujarat is the main market area for Bandhani. It is a simple but most time-consuming process. In Bandhani, most commonly used materials are cotton, silk, wool, georgette, and mulmul. In earlier days, black, maroon, and brown colors were widely used. But today, bright colors like red, yellow, and orange are preferred mostly. Most of the natural dyes are used in earlier days, but synthetic dyes are also used for various color combinations to produce nowadays. Motifs commonly used are peacock, fruits, elephants, dancing women, lotus, etc. The next dyed and printed fabric is patola. Double ikat is otherwise called as patola. Both right side and wrong side will be having identical designs. It was famous in Patan in North Gujarat. It is one of the fine textile of India as it has gorgeous colors, designs and durability. Indonesia was the largest buyer of patola fabrics. Silk was used majorly and after the cotton was preferred. All bright colors are used in these patola type of fabrics. Most commonly used motifs are leaf design, jewelry design, parrot and elephant design, women and elephant design, basket design, etc. The designs are selected for weaving, followed by the warp and whipped yarns are tie and dyed separately. Only 5 inches to 6 inches will be weaved one day. To weave complex design saris, it will take 5 to 6 months for its completion. So considerably, it is very costly. And the next type of dyed and printed textile is the ikat. Ikat was derived from the Indonesian word mangikat, means to tie. It was most popular in Orissa. In Rajasthan, it was called as bandhani. Silk was the most commonly used material. All bright colors like red, yellow, green, maroon, etc. are used. Motifs used are zigzag, arrowhead, stylized geometry, cheiron, leaf, flowers, birds, animals, and human figures. There are three methods commonly used in this ikat. Single ikat. It means either warp yarn or weft yarn will be tied and dyed for its formation. And next is the combined ikat. In this combined ikat, both the warp and weft yarn will be tied and dyed. And next is the double ikat. In this double ikat, both the warp and weft yarn will be dyed and it indicates the same design on both the sides. And next dyed and printed fabric is the kalamkari. It is one of the painted and printed textile of India. Kalamkari means kalam indicates pen and kari indicates work. It was very famously done in Masulipatnam and Kalahasti of Andhra Pradesh. It was a very difficult process, popular from 15th century AD. Cotton and silk are the materials used regularly. Most predominantly, red, yellow, blue, green and black colors are used. Only natural dyes are used for kalamkari work and they are extracted from roots, stems, leaves and flowers of various plants. Most commonly used motifs are tree, flowers, leaf, creepers and scenes from Ramayana and Mahabharata, etc. In this nutshell, we have learnt about the textiles of India, different traditional costumes of India, various woven textiles of India, and different dyed and printed textiles of India, techniques used for dyeing and printing of Indian textiles. Thank you.